The statement, "there are no absolute truths," is itself an absolute statement. Postmodernism is mainly about deconstructing narratives, yet it makes a narrative statement in itself. You see, if you get rid of God, and you get rid of an absolute vision or a statement that ensures a vision for the future, you get rid of the foundations of our society. It's not just getting rid of God, it's getting rid of any version of absolute truth, any version of moral higher calling. You can't base your narrative based off of science or an evidence-based view, because that denies reality. Evidence can be thrown out, evidence can be wrong, evidence can be changed, and you're limited based off of the scope of evidence because there's no greater frame of reference for the truth. It's just evidence. Another problem with postmodernism and the deconstruction of narratives is that you essentially, if you're an elite person who thinks that they should be in charge and run things, by breaking down narratives, you break down your justification and right to rule. I don't think the elite claim to be superior, or even claim to be morally upright, or claim to have a divine right to rule. They say they have the consent of the governed, but even that is lost, as very few people have faith in the system that they deconstructed. Democracy. Why does democracy matter when less than 50% of the people vote? How are people sanctioning their rule if their majorities are razor thin or only have 50% plus a person? Their legitimacy is shot, and any revolutionary movement can easily crush them, provided they have a narrative vision and others do not. There are spiritual implications of this as well. With the death of God and the decline of traditional sources of authority and power, there has been a move to capitalism, to pursuing money as a higher purpose. And even that, as money is valuable, there is long gone the old ideas of what is called the generative process or natural law. What used to be considered a valid exercise of gaining wealth by working hard is shunned. And instead, there are quick ways like interest, money lending, or even prostitution and other forms of degeneracy. When you get rid of grand narratives, you get rid of the reasons why the reasons why society remains healthy. You get rid of the bounds that create an essential fabric that unites, enhances, and pervades through the people. Without an eternal reason, without a narrative framing, you cannot have a society that is cohesive. You just have degeneracy, death, and destruction of your society. This is why modern societies are in decline. Now, this isn't just a conversation to say, reject modernity and return to tradition. No, there has to be a future vision, a future narrative that is being created, something that will unite us, that will create a future vision. I believe a true vision should be about the nature of consciousness, that consciousness and sentience guides the universe and can create a vision for all of us to engage in our highest pursuits, a way to not just shine a light individually, but to enhance our collective vision. There has to be a greater vision of the future, not necessarily the old religions, but a new sense of philosophy, a new renaissance of thinking, one that is about the fundamental nature of existence, reality, religion, and God.